Okay, here we are at the Southernmost Point, the start of America at the Key West Songwriters Festival. I'm Gabby, this is Zac.
Hi.
And we've got the legend, Robert Earl Keen, with us. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
All the better for seeing you again.
Great. Yeah, I'm glad to see you again, too.
You're a bit of a, thank you. You're a bit of a seasoned pro at the Songwriting Festival. You do your Bloody Mary starts to the day.
Right, we do a Bloody Mary brunch on about 10 o'clock in the morning. We did one this morning, do one tomorrow.
That is a dream come true. Do you drink Bloody Marys every day at home or just when you're here?
No. I actually just, keep them in the fridge for if there's an emergency.
I like that.
Yeah, there you
just
go.
necessary,
Yeah,
just
but
in case.
That's right.
He drinks his own brand of beer.
Yeah, my beer's really good, too. I have three kinds.
You have three kinds of beer.
I have the honey pilsner, which is like honey pilsner, right? And then the next one is the front porch amber ale, which is really the best ale, right? Because on my rider, where I travel all around the country, on my rider, we have this thing that just says, give us a 6-pack of a local craft beer or ale. So I've tried the ales all the way across the country.
Yeah.
Done the
When I
research.
was making this ale, I was like, I want it this way because I've tasted a lot of crappy ales.
Wait,
right?
Speaking of your rider, what else is on there? Is there anything like out of control?
No. It's really simple. I mean, we're talking about I guess, okay, this is the most exotic thing. We get 2 pizzas after the show.
Oh, really getting crazy?
Yeah, we went nuts, right? We went nuts. And there was a time when all of a sudden the band sort of took over the rider and started putting crap like hummus and coconut water on there, and that got axed as soon as.
What's wrong with a bit of coconut water?
I'm paying for it. They can buy their own coconut water.
That's right.
Yes, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, no.
Busy man, 19 albums under your belt. Album number 20 on the way.
Oh yeah, always. There's right around the corner. Yeah.
Is that all you're going to give us?
Right now while we're talking.
That's crazy. 20 albums.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have to ask you some questions about songwriting really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to know what was the very first time that you heard one of your songs on the radio?
Well, okay. The very first record I made, I lived in Austin, Texas, and they had this public radio station called KUT.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, this is the most perfect example of direct marketing. I made that record so I could hear myself on KUT. So when I made the record, I just got the test pressing. I didn't even have the cover or anything.
Yeah.
And I took it up to them and said, please play this record. And they did, right? And so I ran down to my car, cranked it up. It was great. So
Do you have a video of it?
No.
Oh.
Man with the
I
plan.
have a doggerel type because it was in 1850 or something.
What's a song that's on the radio right now that you wish you'd have written?
On the radio right now? Oh my God, I don't know. I don't listen to the radio really.
That's the wrong. We both work for iHeartRadio. Of course, we listen to the radio.
See that? You could have
Yeah.
lied.
Well, no. Well, I mean, then I would have been out of my depth.
True.
Yeah.
Wait, so is there a song that you've ever written that you're really embarrassed about? I can't believe that I put that on a piece of paper.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out. I can't remember this song, but I'm sure I'd be embarrassed if I could. It's kind of like it's kind of quasi-operatic song. It's called Mi Hamburguesa. Yeah. And so it goes, Mi Hamburguesa. And right there.
Honestly,
right.
that was amazing.
Yeah.
Life-changing.
Yeah, right. So, but, I think it's pretty embarrassing if I actually had to dig it up.
I think we should dig it up.
Yeah, for somebody that's never been to Key West for Songwriter Festival before, what is the highlight for you of being here?
I would have to say the songwriting itself. I mean, going around and seeing, people. One thing when you've been when you get in the music business, you somewhat forget some of the magical parts of it. And one of the most magical things about songwriting is going to see someone who you've never seen before, you don't know, you don't have any idea, and all of a sudden they sing some big huge hit that you've never heard before. Like, for instance, we were in the car in the Uber on the way over here. We had this Haiti guy. I mean, he cranks up this that song from Titanic, Near, Far, whatever, wherever you are.
Yeah.
My heart will go on.
You are. Anyway, so that So that guy, I know that guy, Will Jennings, who wrote that. So I mean, if you walk
The B-side is wherever the hell you are.
So that's really, I think that's the most fun, and not just, but it's not just unique to the Keys. I mean, it's unique to this particular weekend.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Nashville that comes to Key West, the Nashville songwriting community. You lived in Nashville and would never move back?
No, I did have a place there after I left. My wife and I left, and then I found that I made so many really good friends while I was in Nashville, and I had a lot of stuff going on, and so I got where I went back there, once a month for the longest time. And so I had an apartment for a while, and then I bought a little condo place for a while. So I've had places, and then after a while, I've been on the road so much, like the last 15 or 20 years, I just I go there when I can. I don't have a regular schedule to go there. But I love Nashville. I have, some of my best friends in Nashville. As a matter of fact, BMI itself, had it not been for BMI, and specifically Jody Williams with BMI, I wouldn't even be in the music business because he kind of saved me.
Saved you. Can you elaborate?
He called. When I left town, I was sort of having a little problem with BMI, and he wasn't there yet. And he called me about a month later when he just got the job, and he said, I hear you have a little problem with BMI. I said, no, not so much a problem. I just didn't feel like I was getting any attention at all. I said, come back up here. We'll see what we can do for you. So after that, he took me around to a lot of different people I'd never met before. Opened some doors I never had.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So I did a little bit of digging on you, and I know you do this country show this Christmas show every year at the Ryman, and it sold out really quickly last year. Are we doing another one? Because Gabby and I want to be there front row.
Oh, great. Yeah, please.
Okay. Dressed as elves.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to be your Santa elves.
Oh, those are good. Yeah, we've got a place for you, as a matter of fact. Can you lift 75-pound boxes and stuff?
Okay, don't get crazy.
I can, Zac can't.
Okay, well we'll get the styrofoam boxes for y'all.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. So you're going on the road again?
Oh yeah, I'm always on the road.
You're always busy.
He lives on the road.
So then, how have you found time to launch a podcast?
Well, that is something that I'm always kind of dabbling in something that would keep me connected to what's going on. Like you asked me, I don't listen to radio, but I do try to keep connected with who's doing what, and what songs are good, and who particularly what good writers are out there and stuff like that. And so my daughter said, we should do a podcast. She listens to podcasts all the time. So I said, great, what do we do about? Then we talked about it, and we decided Americana would be good because I'm one of the few artists that will openly say that I embrace Americana and the Americana label and the Americana category, and I think it's actually a place where a lot of people could be, and if we embraced it more, it would be more solid, and you would, when you stop somebody on the street and say, what Americana is, they wouldn't tell you that it's like an antique store in Comfort, Texas, So I just want. So we have this podcast we created that defines and expands Americana. Mostly it's interviews and songs.
That's amazing. You had a bazillion downloads in the first week, almost 7,000. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, right.
That is awesome.
That's how this guy rolls.
Yeah, I'm like, do it big or go home.
Exactly.
That's the epitome of it.
This might be a bit inappropriate to say, but you smell really good, Robert.
Thank you very much.
I needed you to know.
It's the coconut water.
And the hummus. Don't forget the hummus.
Thank you so much. We're definitely going to check out one of your Bloody Mary brunches.
And the Americana Podcast.
Oh, of course.
Of
course.
It launched on Willie's birthday, which was April 30th. Right?
Willie Nelson.
Yeah, Willie Nelson's birthday. So we launched it on Willie's birthday, and it was so it comes every other week. We put out a new one. Next week is Bruce Robinson, who wrote "Traveling Soldier" and "Desperately for Straight," and Tim McGraw, "Angry All the Time." So he's seasoned, really, really great songwriter. Josh should be on his show. He's really funny.
Okay, let's make it happen.
Done.
Yeah. And obviously you need to check out Straight Out of Nashville, the podcast, because you're going to be on it.
We will.
Yeah.